I'm Adele and welcome back to Health Talks. I'm so excited to be sitting here with lovely Lola and we're going to be talking about eating styles. So I want to hear about your side of the story. I know you eat paleo or you follow the paleo, the whole foods diet.
Well, first of all, there are so many eating styles out there, so don't feel bad if you're like, yeah, I do this, but 2 weeks ago I did that and a year ago I did that. I was a raw food vegan living in Queensland, total hippie, so don't sweat. And now I'm eating, I actually eat my style, which is my book, The 2020 Diet.
Which is beautiful.
So it's kind of paleo inspired, but I still eat things like quinoa and buckwheat, bit of sheep's yogurt, bit of goat's yogurt. So technically paleos would be like, nah,
exactly.
Like they're grains. But I actually find, because quinoa is an Aztec seed, it's a seed, so I kind of use it in the place of a grain.
Of course.
Sometimes I even put my clients on oats, which is once again a grain, but at the end of the day, it's about nourishing your body, I think, with foods that make you feel good, give you the energy that you've got. Now, not that you've got, but the energy that you need to
exactly
just,
right.
get through the day and like, yes, we're busy ladies, but man, you guys are all busy too. So you want to be able to eat something and then keep going for 3 or 4 hours. You don't want to have something and then be like...
And be falling asleep
needing a little
at 3 p.m, needing that pick-me-up, which isn't good.
Absolutely. Now, I do want to mention one thing before, because I know you're a vegan, so we're almost polar opposites.
Definitely.
There's a choice that we all get to make when we're eating, and that is the ethical choice. So I choose to, when I do eat meat, to be eating organic meat. Yes, it costs a bomb, I'm not going to lie. It costs more to eat organic, but I figure I'm lucky that I can spend money on that and also choose to vote with my dollar.
That's right.
So that's how, yes, I eat meat, but I'm very aware, and I always say a little prayer before I eat.
But that's okay. And I think the place that I'm coming from is quite different to a lot of vegans. And I know, and I've copped slack. Like I have copped slack on this before, and I probably will again. But it's one of those things where I will never force my opinions down somebody else's throat.
Nah.
I don't believe in it, and I think if we're told you have to do something, you're not going to do it. No one likes to be told what to do. So,
and what works for you isn't going to work for me. Isn't going to work for you. You know,
that's exactly right. So I think if we find what works well for us, and me, I've never been a huge meat eater, and I even remember my mum trying to make me eat meat when I was a little kid, and the most I could ever handle was a tiny bit of chicken once or twice a week. I've never really been a red meat person. I've never really liked pork. So I think for me it was just I never enjoyed it. Eggs I never liked.
Yeah.
And milk I went off when I was 17, and that purely was a skin thing. I went off it because it was congesting my skin.
No.
So it's really
I think
interesting.
you hit the nail on the head here. You said you didn't have those foods because you didn't enjoy them.
That's right.
What food and eating is about. You
Absolutely.
want to, like I say to people, food's here for 2 reasons. One, it's to nourish you, and 2, it's to share with the people that you love, and you want to enjoy that kind of food.
And how can you enjoy something? How can you get the most out of life if you're not enjoying what you're actually eating?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, my husband is a meat eater. He doesn't eat meat in the house. I don't cook it for him, and he obviously doesn't cook. I do the cooking.
Yeah.
But if he's out, he will have meat. And I've never judged him for that, just as he has never judged me for my choices. And it works well for us. And I think that's the best thing, is it does work for us. I know with my family, they totally accept and understand my decision. But it never gets brought up in conversation. It's not talked about. It's not a deal. It's not a big deal at all. The bigger deal you make of something, it becomes this big, you make a mountain out of a molehill, essentially.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And paleo, or the traditional paleo diet is super, super, fashionable at the moment. And obviously all the CrossFitters, and I do CrossFit, all the CrossFitters are hardcore
Well, see,
paleo.
it's funny you should say that. I actually I'm a yogi. Yeah. So I'm a yoga nut, which is more vegan and veggie inspired. Like most of my teachers are vegan.
And see, isn't it crazy? And you can do 2 totally different things. So I think the vegans have, are finding their feet. You've just got to find your feet in this entire big, food combining all of this sort of stuff.
And I think listen to your temple. Like if you eat something and you want to have a little nap, it's probably not. But it's probably not. Might be got a sign to go. Oh, okay, maybe I'm reacting to dairy or wheat or something like that. Can I ask what made you want to go vegan? Sorry.
Well, definitely, and I was vegetarian for so many years. I was veggie for 10 or 12 years before I sort of thought, well, I don't eat eggs anyway, and I don't actually call myself a vegan. Like I will never go out somewhere and say, can I have a vegan meal? I'll just pick a vegetarian meal and just say no dairy, no eggs, and that suits me. Yeah. But I just don't make a deal of it. I just go, yep, that's fine. Like
And that's just what works for you.
That works.
Do you know, speaking of eating styles, this is actually, yes, the way I eat is caveman, paleo, primal inspired, but I actually don't even label that as myself. I would say that the way that I choose to eat is mindful. And I don't know if anybody's heard the word mindful eating before, but it's really helped me with the eating disorders stuff, which I've spoken about before, but it's I was both binging and starving myself and the works, but with mindful eating, you enjoy the process. You listen, not listen. You smell,
and you feel
the aromas, and you stop. Like, I know when I eat, I never watch TV. I'll always put on my favourite music, like Angus Stone or Matt Corby or something awesome,
something cute.
Yeah, that I like the feel of, and I'll really enjoy the textures and the flavours, and not to blow my own horn here or anything, but that's why I'm a good cook because
that's
I'm
exactly
mindful about it, and
Yes.
I love it, and I love to share that experience with people. So I would say my style of eating is actually mindfulness.
And mindfulness is a beautiful philosophy, and yoga practices a lot of mindfulness as well. So I think, switching off the television when you're eating and, just getting back to basics and sitting at a dinner table with your family, it's so important to do, and we forget to do it all the time. Switch off everything, put your phone away, stop. Yeah, you take a photo of your food. I'm so guilty of it, obviously. Instagram. You take a photo of your food, put your phone away and worry about it later. So being mindful in the moment is beautiful.
It's the best way to get the most nourishment out of your food.
It doesn't matter if you're raw. It doesn't matter if you're vegan, vegetarian, paleo, gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, all of the above. There is something that's going to work for you, and you need to find it. We would love to hear about your experiences and your thoughts on this topic. It is a bit touchy for some people, but we still want to hear about it. So why don't you leave a comment below? Please share this with everybody you know and love, and we'll see you next time on Health Talks.